Welcome back, family. Today we're talking about something we all know way too well, pain, and what we choose to do with it. Pain can either drain us or shape us. And in this episode, I'm giving you 3 simple, practical steps to start turning what hurts into something meaningful, something that heals you and maybe even helps somebody else. If you're carrying something heavy right now, this one's for you. So welcome to Healing-ish. If this hit home for you, don't forget to like the video, drop a comment, and of course, subscribe so we can keep this conversation going. I'm Allie Welsh, your host, your unfiltered bestie, and your guide to building the business and life that you actually love. So grab your coffee, your wine, or whatever helps you deal with your ish, and let's do this. Welcome to Healing-ish. Something that I'm often seeing a lot is people are asking me, well, how do I deal with my pain? What do I do with my pain? Why do I have this pain? How do I get rid of it? And over the years, what I've noticed is that your pain will turn into your purpose if you let it. And there's 3 things that I've learned over the years of dealing with a lot of pain and hurt and trauma and suffering is that I no longer am going to let my pain take things from me. I switched my mindset to what can I take from it? And I think if you often are like, well, my pain does this to me, my pain does this, my trauma caused this, my hurt caused this. But what if you switched your mindset to, I learned this from that situation? Maybe it was, a divorce that you went through, or an illness that you suffered, or losing a family member way too young, or just being abused, and whatever the case may be. Instead of having the thought process of, well, it hurt me, it took this from me, it took away my sense of security, or my sense of trust, or my sense of, feeling like abandoned and all these things. But what if you were like, no, I'm going to take this, create a lesson out of it, and go help people with that. And that's kind of why we're here. That's why Healing-ish even started. And so the way to turn your pain into purpose, and I'll give you like 3 different things that have worked so well for me, is number 1, you have to feel it to fix it. You can't go in life and every time you go through something, or every time you've experienced trauma, you can't brush it under the rug. The problem is society, your parents, your upbringing has told you very young to stop crying, stop whining, stop worrying about it. And what that does is it teaches you early on to stop feeling, and that's not okay. What you didn't get to heal in the moment, you are going to have to start healing now. And so you have to feel it to fix it. You need to understand, okay, well, I don't want to move on this fast. I don't want you to sit in that situation, and I don't want you to dwell in it. I don't want you to have that be your identity, but I want you to feel it. What did you feel like when you experienced the pain? Address it. Go back to that moment. It's okay. You've come a lot farther now than you were back then. And maybe your pain's right now. Feel it. Sit in it for a minute. That doesn't mean that you're weak, or that you should be embarrassed of it or shameful of it. Feel it, because it's gonna come up in a trigger later on in life, and I guarantee you that right now. Number 2 is, once you feel it, you identified it, you understand, now you have to give it a place to go. I'm not saying I'm not gonna push this down your throat, but the moment that I literally let go and let God, and I gave all my pain to Him, and all my suffering, all my doubt, and all my worry, and I was like, listen, like, you take this from me, because I can't carry it anymore. The moment I did that, it was like a sense of relief. I could breathe. I was like, I'm just going to let go and let God. And I know that's cheesy, and people will say, oh, that's easier said than done. And you're right. It is actually very hard to just let something go, to forgive something, to forgive someone that doesn't deserve forgiveness, to forget about something that shouldn't be forgotten about. I'm not telling you to reconcile and be besties with the person that hurt you. I'm not telling you to 100% forget what you've gone through, because it's made you who you are today. But I'm asking you to take your pain and to give it somewhere else where you are no longer carrying it, where you no longer come into authority with it, where you no longer identify with it. I had somebody come up to me and she was telling me all these things that her spouse has done and that her spouse has said to her and her spouse has done behind her back, and the verbal abuse, the physical abuse, and all these things. And I said, okay, well, are you going to stay with him? And she's like, well, yeah. And I go, okay, do you forgive him? And she's like, well, yeah. And I'm like, okay, great. So now that you choose to forgive him, you're choosing to forgive this pain, I need you to let it go. Because the more you carry it, because constantly she's starting to remind him, remember when you saw this girl, or you did this to me and you did that, and the third and the fourth, and it just kept nagging at him. And I'm like, you chose to forgive him. You chose to stay with him. Therefore, you have to let it go. Like, you're going to drive this man nuts because he's trying to earn your trust back. He's trying to help ease your pain. He's trying to get better. And you're constantly bringing up the past, and you're constantly bringing up all these things. Like, my pastor always says, like, well, when people do that, it's like they're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't. So they're just going to keep doing it anyways. And I'm like, you have to let it go. So when you let go of it and you let go of that pain and you get rid of it, and you're like, I'm going to surrender. I'm no longer going to carry this weight. I know I went through this, but it's not going to be something that is going to affect my everyday way of living. I promise you, you will feel way better. Number 3 is the way to turn it into your purpose is to help somebody get through it. I think this world has done a terrible job of having a lot of community. And I think community is the one thing, like, we've done so much isolation, especially after COVID, everybody isolated. But I think this world thrives when there's community. I know I would be nothing without my community. I know that I would be nothing if I didn't reach out and seek help and get people to pull me out of dark places, to ask for advice, ask for mentorship, run things by people that I really trust and that I know really have my back. Like, if I didn't do that, like, a lot of this healing side of me and this new journey that I've been going through, like, it wouldn't have existed if I didn't reach out and get community. But that was me reaching out and then somebody helping me through it because they've been through it too. And so I talked to the person that has helped me through a lot of my healing, and she told me the way that she heals is by helping other people heal. They say that the teacher is the greatest student, and which is so true. Like, when you're teaching something, when you're helping somebody go through something, you are learning so much. And so instead of using your pain as something that's caused so much problems in your life, what if you turned it into such a blessing in helping others get out of their funk? You don't need a ministry. You don't need a platform. You don't need to be on social media. You don't need to be wealthy or have a ton of business accolades or whatever the case may be. You don't need to be in the spotlight to be valuable. Like, you can help somebody. Imagine if you just walked up to somebody at the grocery store and you saw that they were hurting, or maybe you're sitting getting your nails done for the girlies and you just talk to somebody and you ask them all these questions about themselves and get to know somebody and just help them through their pain. Like, people are looking for that. They're looking for you to be a light. And a lot of my pain has been saved from somebody being a light in my life. The other side of things is how not only have I healed my pain and turned it into a purpose by helping teach others and pull them out of their suffering, but the thing that I was most ashamed about and the thing that I had so much pain and I carried so much weight in was my relationship with my mom. And if it weren't for me letting go of all that pain and surrendering it to Jesus and forgiving her, if it weren't for me even trying to go on this path, I wouldn't have a platform like Healing-ish, because what I was so embarrassed about, what I was so insecure about, what hurt me the most has become my biggest blessing. And it's been my mom and our relationship now, and how she's my best friend in the whole wide world, and how I went years of not talking to her and years of her hurting me and abandoning me and struggling with addiction, to now her helping me raise my daughters. And her story I'm sharing all over to churches and to our businesses and our business meetings and all of our little retreats that we do when we host. Like, she is the inspiration. And so I don't want you to think that your pain is something to be embarrassed about or insecure about, because there's somebody right now on the other side of this camera, or there's somebody right now who maybe is in your circle who is going through something just as terrible as maybe you have gone through. And all they need is just to hear your voice and hear your story and hear how your pain became a part of your purpose for them to get out of it, for them to have hope, for them to dream again, for them to chase their goals, for them to just even start to feel alive again. And so I think society has made us feel so weak for having pain and make us feel so little, but everybody goes through it. And it's not your job to hide it. And I think once you start embracing it, the weight of the world starts to stop feeling so heavy. All right, friends, that's it for today. If you felt called out in a good way, I love that for you. If something hit home, let it sit, rewind it, journal it, or just cry in the car like the rest of us. Either way, if this helped you grow, laugh, or feel a little bit more human, go ahead and like the video, drop a comment, and hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And if you're feeling extra healed-ish today, share this with somebody that needs it. I'll see you on the next one.